What is up, guys? This is Prince Pyramid, back with another one, back with another Great One guide, this time for the Grey Wolf. So let's go ahead and head to the back room. You see, we even have a Great One on the wall. We're running out of room with all these. But this one's in the back with the rest of the Predators, and this was without doubt the fastest grind I've ever had. The fastest setup to Great One turnaround yet. So there it is, the Fabled Frostbite Grey Wolf. And I want to show you guys how I'm set up, and kind of the method that I use is pretty popular, I think, for this particular Great One, and people are getting them super fast. So let's go ahead and head over to Yukon Valley, and I'll show you guys just how I was set up to put this guy in my lodge. Alright guys, and like I said, we did set up on Yukon Valley. You could set up on a ski ridge for whatever reason, or Medved if you want the extra sunlight, but this does feel like the meta when it comes to getting your Grey Wolf fast, and I'll show you why. This right here, kind of the cove and the little lakes around it, and you head down here, the very tail of the river and the lake right below it, that's the only part of the river you have to search. Those are the only places you'll find wolves drinking. They'll drink in this marsh and all these lakes that are kind of in the central southern part of the map. And that's way less zones than both the ski and Medved, but you don't even have to set up on all of them. So what I did is I would set up on 8 to 10 zones. So right here, this lake had 2 zones for me. This was number 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's actually where the Great One came from. 7, and then I would come back over here. 8, and then I would sometimes come down here and hunt my 9th zone if I needed to relieve pressure. But that would give me enough respawns when it came to wolves to make this grind functional. And it happened so fast, guys. It was within 400 kills. And I think that's what I want to show you guys next. Let's go ahead and show you guys the minute we spotted and took down our Great One Grey Wolf. Alright guys, so this is the 4th lake, pretty early in the run that I normally do when I'm grinding wolves. When this guy spawns, and we're about to go ahead and take a look at him, but I was trying to think of some other information I could give you guys. As far as guides are concerned, this one is largely going to match the initial ones. I feel like, at least early on, it's proven to be the meta that instead of the traditional shoot down your exterior, stacking, herd management style grind, this one may be the first one, I would say, that you just want to set up on those 8 zones and really just attack those 8 zones hard. So I would say the initial guides from Lady Legend, Chopper, the people who had it in early access and kind of figured this out, is probably the correct method. Now later on we may find out that someone has a terrible grind doing that, and maybe it's not the move, but at least at the moment this is how I would suggest doing your grind. And you just saw him there as well, guys, the Great One Wolf. Let's see other things. There's a ton of rares that you guys will not get to see because ours came so fast, and hopefully yours does too, but they do have a lot of rares. Acromelanistic, Charcoal Melanistic, Albino, Egg White, Dark Gray, I think, or is it Dark Brown? One of them. They're all pretty rare, which is kind of the only real drawback to these really quick grinds. I haven't seen too many cool rares posted. People are getting their Great Ones so fast that they're, I'm not seeing a lot of rares, but they're also getting them so fast that they're staying on the grind. So we'll probably see someone will complete a full collection of wolves, I'm sure. Let's see, what else could I tell you guys? The weapons, you guys know I'm going to suggest the Arzina 300 for grinding. And anytime it's the ethical caliber, I'm always going to suggest the 30-06, the Hansen 30-06. To me, there's not a better weapon than the Hansen 30-06. It is, without doubt, the shoots the flattest, in my opinion, if that makes sense. I've had no trouble with it. I have not spined anything. It is definitely my go-to weapon when ethical. Let's see. I've talked about the advantages of the other maps as well. Like I said, Yukon feels like it's going to remain the meta throughout this whole experience. But Medved's going to have its benefits because you kind of get some sunlight, at least early in their drink time, which would be nice. The Ski Ridge, I can't really visualize any benefits to a Ski Ridge other than I know there are some folks who want to stack every Great One that a Ski Ridge has, which would be a cool feat, I guess, but definitely not where I would suggest doing your first wolf grind, at least. Let's see. He is not cooperating at all. And you guys are going to see in a second, I'll show you. One of the things that I've noticed with these wolves, besides the fact that if you shoot them with a 300, a lot of times they'll just eat that 300 and keep on trucking. Like, they take a 300 round better than water buffalo do. It's crazy. But the other thing is sometimes they could be a little finicky when they're moving around. So I do think before this is over, we're going to have a lot of heartbreaking botched shots on Great Ones. I can already see the Reddit pictures coming in. It's going to happen because I'll show you. See how he's moving? And you guys may already, if you've set up your grind, right there. He kind of goes toward the water and then immediately teleports. And another thing they'll do is they'll dip their head to like rub their face against the ground. And just that little dip has led to so many people spining wolves. And they're never just, you know, nice and still, nice and calm. They're always kind of prowling around. Let's see. Our guy finally gives us the shot after quite a journey of him not giving us anything, right? There. Let's go. I definitely double lunged him. I was a little concerned as soon as I took the shot because all I could think of is, like I said, that little dip they'll do where they'll put their face in the dirt is the fastest way to mess up a Great One, and I know there's going to be people that's going to do it. So when you set up your grind, make sure you are just cognizant of the fact that they will stick their face in the dirt. And if you want to be careful, maybe wait for them to actually do it and then take the shot so you know that they're, I mean, they usually don't rub their face in the dirt and then immediately do it again, if that makes sense, you know? So let's see. First thing, you always check right where you shot him to make sure it's vital blood. And it is. So Great One number 15 is going to be a Great One, not a gold. So let's go pick him up. Look at him. Look at him. And guys, I know people have their favorites and stuff. I like the Frostbite because I like my Great Ones to, they look pretty realistic, if that makes sense. I don't like the super fantastical looks of a lot of the Great Ones. It doesn't feel real. This guy looks like he is just a super majestic gray wolf, and I am very satisfied with the Frostbite, 100%. But all right, guys, let's just go over to the lodge and show you what trophies we did get, what diamonds and rares happened along the grind. And guys, I got news for you. The list is short. And there it was, guys. And like I said, it actually happened so fast. We ended up throwing our wolves in our fallow grind lodge. So there was 2 of the diamonds, the Mela that came off of the crew grind, the egg white, the only one that came off the solo grind, the only rare, couple more diamond wolves, and I think we may have 2 or 3 upstairs. But it's a nice change of pace. I have a whole lodge full of mule deer trophies and still no mule deer Great One off of my solo grind. So I will take it. I'll take a grind that doesn't produce as many trophies, but we get our Great One faster. That's another diamond wolf there. And 2 more there. And I think that's it. I think that's it on trophies. And that we will take every day. A Great One in, 6 diamonds? Yeah, let every grind go down like that. But all right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. So this has been the Great One Gray Wolf Guide. And I've been Prince Pyramid. And until next time, everybody, have a good one.